Hi there. I want to talk about posture again. We've talked about strengthening the abdominal muscles and how that helps with posture because, for example, if your abs are weak, your pelvis is going to drop back and you're going to sag. So we've talked about how tightening the abdominal muscles helps sit the pelvis upright. But I want to talk about this stuff. I don't know about you, but in my house, I've seen a lot of slumping. My daughter is doing remote school and I see her in front of the computer doing a lot of slumping. Personally myself, I've caught myself in a chair, tech neck, rounded upper shoulders. So today I want to focus on back muscles. Certainly there are muscles in the front of the body that help with keeping the rib cage upright and the shoulders back, but I really want to focus on those muscles that keep the shoulders retracted, so not protracted, leaning forward. I want to talk about those muscles that help keep the spine erect, keep us sitting up straight, and also work a little bit on the lats and the deltoids, the muscles responsible for lifting your arms. Okay, let's get at it. So for the purpose of this exercise, I'm on a Pilates block, but it's just to show you more of what I'm doing. I'm not smushed against the ground, but you would do this on a mat on the ground. You're going to lay on your stomach, and often when we lay on our stomach and we do things with our upper body, we get very arched in the back. So as you lay on your stomach, try to think about maybe there's something squishy like a grape that's underneath your belly. So see if you can pull your belly button up and not squish that grape. And you see what happens when I do that? It flattens out my natural overarched back a little bit, okay? So from here, what you're gonna do is you're going to, if I was on the mat, my head would be resting on my hands, and all I'm gonna do is be strong and long and still in my legs and simply lift my head and my hands up off the floor, okay? So if this is the floor here, I'm lifting up and coming down, okay? If it's too hard to lift both your hands and your head, you can leave your hands there and just lift the head. But the good thing about having the hands in this position is you're completely open through the shoulders. The neck is not crunched together. So in order to do this exercise, we are recruiting all the muscles along the spine, the ones that keep us straight and sitting up tall, okay? So you want to do this about 10 times, then take a rest and do it 10 more times, okay? The next exercise I want you to do in this position, you're going to start off with your hands in a goalpost position, okay, or cactus arms, and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to lift up, and then you're going to stretch your arms forward, and then lift them back to goalpost, and come down, okay? So up, forward, back, and down. Don't forget to not squish that grape, okay? So staying strong in the abdominals so that you don't get saggy in the lower back. Legs are quiet. Some people I see lift their legs when they're doing this kind of upper body movement. No, that recruits other muscles down here. We want to focus on the erector spinae, that group of muscles along the spine, okay? So starting off in goalpost, make sure the lower back is flat, lifting up, extending forward, coming back and down. And try to keep the head in line with the arms, okay? Like don't look up at the sky. And down. This one's harder, so you're going to do it 5 times and then take a rest and then 5 more times. And because you've done all that extension work, the arching work, coming into a child's pose is a nice way to counteract that. Okay? And then one more exercise lying down in this position. You're going to take your arms. The biggest muscles in your back are called the latissimus dorsi and latissimus dorsi. There's 2 of them. And what you want to do is you want to have your arms laying beside you. So if I'm laying on the floor, my arms are just about a hand's width away from my hips, and I'm just pressing up, okay? Pressing up, so head doesn't move, legs don't move. So as you do this, try to keep your shoulders broad. Make your shoulders as wide as possible, okay? And palms are facing towards the sky. So press, 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 press. Do this 10 times. Don't drop the arms back down to the ground. Press up, like you're pressing something heavy away. Press and press and press. So 10 times, then take a rest, and then do 10 more, okay? And then you can always do your counter stretch, which is child's pose, okay? Now you're gonna get a chair, and we're gonna do the rest of the exercises. Okay, we have our chair now. And for these next exercises, you're going to need medium to heavy dumbbells or weights, and either a TheraBand or a tube, okay? But some kind of resistance band. You can even actually use those booty bands, the circular ones, okay? So get those ready, and we're gonna do 2 exercises with weights, 2 exercises with the bands, and 1 on the floor, okay? So you might need a mat for that. All right, let me show you this first exercise. So the main focus here is we're talking about the back body, and rowing. Any movement that mimics rowing is very, very useful for the back, working all of the muscles in the back, working on the postural muscles, working on the muscles that stabilize the shoulder and enable healthy arm movement. So if you have a rowing machine, you're ahead of the game. But for the rest of us, we're gonna try and recreate those exercises. So here's the first one. You're gonna come and stand near your chair and kind of stand so that your arm can go below the chair, okay? So I'm gonna bend my knees. I'm gonna bend over so that my back is flat, and I'm gonna do everything I can to keep that back flat, okay? So I'm going to draw navel into spine. I'm gonna lift the pelvic floor, and then you see how my arm just dangles off the shoulder, okay? And what I'm gonna do is take that medium to heavy weight and pull it up. So the movement is leading with the elbow. The elbow is drawing up, okay? So it's not a bicep curl. It's not a, an arm so much as it's the back muscles and the top of the arm, the muscles around the shoulder and the top of the humerus that are drawing this weight up, okay? Flexing at the elbow. Do 10 of these, and then take a rest. If your shoulder's sore, this is a really nice exercise for just loosening things up. It's nice, it's kind of like a stretch, a little movement. And then you want to do 10 on the other side. So come to the other side of your chair, same thing, bending the legs, feet are slightly apart. Place your hand there for stability, flat back, and drawing that elbow up, okay? So you're just using the muscles of the upper arm and the back to do that rowing exercise. From here, you don't need the chair so much for this, but we're gonna take both of our dumbbells and we're gonna face the palms forward. So again, you're going to bend at the knees and you're gonna lean forward. Be careful about the lower back here. Thumbs can be over or under, but the important thing is palms facing forward and that same rowing motion. So drawing the elbows up, it's like there's strings attached to the elbows and they're lifting up towards the ceiling, okay? So try 10 of these and then take a rest and 10 more. You should be able to do 10. If you can only do 5, then the weight is probably too heavy for you, okay? From here, we're gonna set these aside and we're gonna get our band or our tube. For these next 2 exercises, I prefer a band. So if you have a choice, choose the band. Here we're going to mimic the rowing down exercises we would do in Pilates if we had the springboard, okay? It's hard to sort of mimic this exercise a lot of the stuff we do in the studio is really difficult to recreate at home. But if you have a TheraBand, unlimited possibilities. So let's start off working this arm. You're going to take your other arm and hold it out. Don't lock the elbow, but you're going to hold onto the band in this right hand, and then the other hand you're going to grab sort of fairly tightly, okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to have a straight arm in this scenario, but you're not going to lock the elbow, okay? So you're pulling with a straight arm down, okay? So this, you could do it with a bent arm, but that's a bit of a different focus. We've worked a lot of that. So try to have an almost straight arm, pulling that band down. Try to pull it down to the floor and behind you. So again, do 10 of these. Try not to break across the wrist, okay? Keep the wrist in line so that the forearm is in line with the hand. Okay, and then of course you want to do it on the other side. So same thing, you're going to hold it in the other hand. You could wrap it around the hand if you like, and then grabbing the TheraBand here and pulling it down for 10. Okay, so you're kind of working both sides at the same time. The next exercise is really great for working the muscles between the shoulders. You're going to stand up and take the band and wrap it around your hand once, okay? And then your palms are going to be facing up for this, okay? I'm going to show you this from the front, but then I'm going to turn around to show you the back. So you're going to have your upper arms glued to your side, elbows glued to your side, and all you're going to do is like you're sweeping your forearms along a table, okay? You're stretching the band outward. So you're opening, 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 okay? But look what this looks like from the back. Just observe the shoulder muscles working, okay? Lots of action in there, lots of strengthening. So you can adjust the band so that it is a comfortable tension, but again, try to do 10 of these. Keep your neck relaxed, it's not a neck exercise. And then take a little break and do 10 more. And the last exercise, we're going to move to the floor. So move away your chair. This next exercise involves a bit of a push-up. And if you're not really strong with push-ups, that's okay. Everybody can do this push-up. It's called a pike push-up. And it kind of brings a lot of the exercises we've just done together and puts them into a functional movement. You're going to get down on the floor. I'm going to show you this exercise from the side, and then I'm going to show you straight on so that you see both angles. Okay, so you want to start off almost like in a downward dog, but like a tight downward dog, okay? So I have one line here and one line here, okay? You can bend your knees if it's uncomfortable to keep yourself straight. This is not a hamstring exercise, okay? So shoulders are broad and flat down the back. Really extend your fingers to press into the hand, and you're gonna flex the elbows and try to bring your head to the ground, okay? So I like to think of this as if you played volleyball, you're sort of setting the ball up for somebody, okay? Let's see, what does that look like from the front? So the elbows flex out like that, okay? I've just done 100 push-ups, so I'm having a hard time doing a perfect one of these. But it's not about getting your head to the floor. It's really that movement of using all the muscles around the shoulder and the back to press away. So go slow as you bend the elbows and go slow on the way back up. And you're bringing it all together. So important for women to exercise this region of the shoulder. We don't do enough of it in our daily activities, and those muscles, you lose them if you don't use them. Okay, I hope that's helpful, and there's a recap in the notes. Thanks for watching.